Last year, we were in Melbourne for Christmas before heading off to see Qing's family. I had never left my country before. This was my first trip abroad and our first trip as a couple overseas, which was a needed break as 2023 had been a busy year for both of us. Melbourne during Christmas is lit up with these big massive signs down the main river that splits the city, and I had 800 ISO cinema film with me, which was perfect for these lights. Melbourne, in my opinion, is a street photographer's paradise. Busy, but not ridiculously so. There is always something happening on a street corner. You can just walk about the city and you will find interesting subjects without it being so busy that there is too many people walking into your shop. Whilst out walking, we happened upon 3 brides, all taking photos at this one spot. So I decided to get a photo with all 3 of them in one photo, which to me is a far more interesting photo than what was taking place. After capturing a photo of the brides, we walked around looking for interesting subjects to shoot in black and white, and just in this park alone, we captured a few of my favourite photos from the trip. Qing wanted for us to go to this massive library that is not like any library in New Zealand, as ours lacked the ability to be so regal. I wasn't prepared to shoot in this building as I'd only had 200 ISO film sitting in my camera. I handled my Mamiya C220 the best I could in this given situation. The next day, I dragged Qing out to the main market in the city. I love markets, and the more quaint they are, the better. Qing, on the other hand, would rather sleep in, but she would instead be getting a sugar rush from donuts and an iced coffee to start the day. We did find this cool little store that had all these old slides that you could buy, and if we had more room in our luggage, I would have bought some. Hoping that there may be a change in cloud coverage, we headed to the city fringe. We went out to the beach, but to our dismay, it was very unbeach-like. I did at least get this shot that I was quite content with. After that dismal attempt at trying to find some sun, we headed back into the city to face the overcast weather. Later on, Qing went back to the hotel, where I went back to the spot where this doggo and I became friends. The next day, we headed out around the city. Again, it was pretty dreary for a southern summer, but I tried to make the most of it, seeing if I could get any cool street photos whilst I was out shooting. I felt the Moreira C220 was not suiting the vibes of the street, so I switched it up for my Canon F1, where I think objectively I got much better results. Later on in the evening, we headed out to shoot some nightlife and explore Melbourne at night. Loaded with 800T in my camera, I was ready to get some snaps of the street life at night. After walking around for a bit, we made our way to the Chinatown of Melbourne, which under 800T's halations I thought would make for a perfect combo. then headed back out on my own later with the Mamiya C220 and a tripod to see if I could get some gorgeous neon shots on medium format to snap up some fresh locations that I've never shot before. Finally, the sun came out on the last day of our trip, as always, but better late than never. Now I could play with contrast that provided a sense of depth to my images that the previous overcast days could not provide. For lunch, we headed out to the spot a few neighbourhoods away from the city centre that Qing had seen on TikTok that gave an awesome view of the city. And yeah, it really was an awesome view of the city. We then got back to the city as the sun was closing down on Melbourne for the night, and I made sure to burn through the last of what I had on me. I dropped my film off at Film Never Dies in Melbourne, who I believe are the only ones in the city who do ECN2 developing. They also have this cool film vending machine, which I used to get hold of some Harmon Phoenix, which I would use in the next two countries I was visiting. Anyways, until next time, it's been real, guys.